Hello drifters! I'll be your guide today explaining what JDM Japanese Drift Master is. So please sit comfortably, grab some snacks, and enjoy! JDM Japanese Drift Master is a simcade racing game with a heavy focus on drifting. It's, for now, a single-player experience with a rich storyline, and as you probably have seen by now, it's heavily inspired by Japan and Japanese culture. What follows is a long gameplay from the beginning of the game, where I will explain the ins and outs of the gameplay. Let's drift! First, let's set up the experience. The game will auto-detect your PC specs and set the visual fidelity of the game automatically. Choose your language, the game's difficulty, and even what icons the game will use further on. JDM has two physics models. The arcade model is beginner-friendly. It will be easier to go into and maintain drift. We highly recommend you start your adventure here to learn the ropes of the game. The simcade model is more realistic, with the player having more control over the car's behavior, but it requires more skill. A fair warning here, JDM is not a sim racer. At its heart, it's still a mix between simulation and arcade, hence simcade. We finish up with transmission and reverse settings, and we're finally ready to go. You will be able to change any of these settings from the options menu later. Let's talk about the driving experience by following the tutorial mission. We start again driving in a nicely tuned Nissan Silvia, borrowed from our friend Hideo. The car is set up for drifting, and this is what the tutorial is meant to teach you. JDM is an open-world game and is set in contemporary Japan, mixing a lot of real-life locations from all around the country into one fictional prefecture of Guntama. What is very unique about the game is its focus on preserving the realism and atmosphere of Japanese roads, including how narrow and winding mountain roads can be, something you will see in just a moment. The easiest way to go into a drift in the game is to use the handbrake and sway your car to the side. Just remember to slow down, unless you want to end up on the bends. You will be able to equip your cars with nitro. Don't be afraid to use it whenever you want. Okay, let's get back to drifting. Start your training by going slow into any corner. Once you position your car sideways, it all boils down to two key actions: throttle manipulation and counter steering. As it is all an acquired skill that you need to feel for yourself, let's stick to basics. The more you step on your gas pedal when going into drift at high speeds, the more likely you will spin. So be gentle on the throttle and start adding power the more your car will be braking as it goes sideways. To countersteer, push the stick in the opposite direction that you are turning. It will keep you sideways. As with the throttle, you will need to manipulate the force to maintain the drift. You've probably noticed the drift indicator on the screen. The game will show if your car is in a good drifting position, indicated by the green zones on the degree indicator. Each drift will earn you points that can be comboed when drifting in short succession. The running combo will provide multiplayers, so the longer you maintain it, the better score you will get. Note that if you spin or bump into something, the combo will be lost. To maintain a combo on straight roads, you can do manjis by swinging from left to right. Remember that in Japan you drive on the left-hand side of the road. There's a nice roundabout just ahead, so let's review the basics. Slow down before entering the drift. I do it by quickly tapping the handbrake, which not only slows me down, but also makes me lose grip just enough to position my car sideways more easily. Now, I apply some countersteer to maintain the car in the proper position. As you can see, these are only slight corrections when needed. I do most of the work by manipulating the throttle. There is no car damage in the game, so you don't have to be careful about bumping into any objects on the street. We want you to have fun and not to waste all of your hard-earned money on repairs all the time. A pro tip here: the game allows for slight bumps. If you're not throttling at the moment of impact, you will not lose your combo counter. There's one more skill that you will need to learn: clutch kicking. It's another very easy way to turn your car sideways. When making a corner, quickly tap the clutch button so that your car will lose its grip. This is a perfect way to initiate drift when going uphill or driving slowly, as it doesn't involve rapid braking, like using the handbrake wheel. These are the absolute basics of drifting. It may sound scary if you've never drifted in a game before, but I can assure you, the game is designed in a way that you will quickly get a hang of it. Mastering this skill, however, is a completely different thing. As they say, practice makes perfect. Let's drive to our garage and finish this tutorial mission, so we can step our driving game further. In JDM, we tell the story through hand-drawn manga panels that appear at the beginning and at the end of most campaign missions. It's another layer of the homage we pay to Japan in the game. Now we are in the open world. The whole map is available for us and we can go wherever we want. There is not much yet unlocked, as we first need to progress the story. So let's follow the navigation to the next story mission. We are now driving towards Kawabata's driving school, where we will be able to further hone our skills. Let's take a moment to soak in the atmosphere of the Japanese countryside. To shape the landscape in the game, we have picked real-life locations from all around Japan and mixed them together to create our fictional prefecture. As you roam around the open world, you will see a lot of familiar sights, be it tourist attractions or legendary drifting spots. Use each and every occasion to drift. That's the easiest way to get a grasp of your car, and there's plenty of neat spots around the map where you can practice to your heart's content. We're almost there. It's time to hone our skills. Our goal in the first drift lesson is to maintain the drift for as long as possible, but we will use it to further help you on your journey in becoming the ultimate Japanese drift master. Remember what we discussed? Start slowly. You can initiate the drift by stepping on the gas while turning inside the corner. This will make you lose enough grip at the rear to go into a drift. Remember to control the throttle to maintain the maneuver and not overspin in the process. As you can see, I barely countersteer. The crucial key is the proper positioning of the car first, followed by throttle manipulation. You can check the various cameras available in the game. Maybe a different perspective will help you better grasp the understanding of how to drift. Be patient and keep trying. I'm sure you'll be confidently drifting in no time. Experiment with different drift initiation techniques. Now I'm going into a drift by using the handbrake, but this technique has its downsides. It slows me down as I'm also braking. So what initially seems to be the easiest way to start drifting may not always prove the best in a given situation. If you're in front of a long corner, you will want to preserve your speed to drift through it until the end. For that, initiating drift by clutch kicking or even swaying to the side and manipulating your throttle might prove more beneficial. There are more lessons to complete at the school. However, let's replay the one we have just finished, but I will change the physics model to arcade. In the Simcade model, you have more control over your car, however, it requires a little more skill to manage the car you are driving. The arcade model has added assists to help you get into a drift and maintain it. As you just saw, I was able to properly position the car into drift without even tapping the handbrake or using the clutch. It's all about throttle manipulation, a skill that you need to learn by yourself. Mind that in the driving school we are using a well-tuned Nissan Silvia, and to achieve similar results with different cars, you will need to spend some cash on new parts and do some fine-tuning work. But we'll cover that shortly. For now, let's get back to the missions to unlock all of the features the game has to offer. Remember that you can visit the drifting school at any time to replay tutorial missions and even select the free drive option to test out your cars on the school's test tracks without any time limitations. I'm switching back to the Simcade model, as I like to have more control over the car. Let's check our next destination. The story campaign is embedded in the open world. Once you complete a main mission story, a new marker will appear on the map, from which you will be able to continue your adventure. Nothing forces you to move from one mission to another immediately. If you wish, roam around and soak in the views, or start honing your drifting skills on open roads. While driving in the open world, you can use your smartphone at any time. It gives you access to all of the completed missions, which you can replay from this menu. Check messages received from other characters, check your career progression, or even enable or disable your HUD. If the traffic becomes a source of your frustrations on the road, remember that you can always disable it from the pause menu options. The upcoming mission will ask you to deliver sushi to the clients of the tuna shop. Your goal will be to deliver the packaged food in the allotted time, without crashes and in the best style possible to earn the most cash. Later in the game, you will unlock this type of activity as side missions. We're now getting close, so let's see what's it all about. For a more pleasurable experience of this video, we have turned off the radio music. However, we highly encourage you to check out the different stations that we have in the game. You will not only find EDM, rock or hip-hop stations, but also a few more specific ones for our game, like funk, J-music and Eurobeat. It's a lot of music packed into a single game, so check them all out. Who knows, maybe you'll find your new favorite artist amongst them. Sushi delivering missions require a good combination of skills necessary to becoming the ultimate drift master and are a perfect way to train. You need to be precise with your maneuvers to not destroy the package and fast enough to make the deadline. Don't be afraid to use them as a training ground as often as you can, as you will see progress from delivery to delivery by the style rating you earn during your playthroughs. And that's how we make an almost perfect run. Did we just get into our first drift race? Let's see how it goes. The goal here is to get more points than your opponent. You don't need to finish first. Let's be real here, we do want to be first. Let's find an opening to attack. It might not have been the most clean overtake ever, but we're ahead, and we have the whole road for ourselves now. Did you notice how we didn't lose the combo score when we bumped into Rozu? We didn't accelerate at the moment of impact, which saved us from losing our score. It's time to get ourselves a new car. We can't rely on Hideo's goodwill forever, can we? We can only afford the Alfa Moriamo. Tapping the buy car button will instantly make the purchase for us. With this new acquisition, we have unlocked the car dealer on the map. Come here whenever you're on the market to grab a new pair of wheels. No car is locked behind any experience or tier wall, so if you can afford it, you can buy it. Oh, and be on the lookout. The car dealer often has a sale going on, where you can grab a new ride with a nice discount. Let's see if we can compete in our new ride and go to the next campaign mission. JDM Japanese Drift Master has a day and night cycle, as well as dynamic weather, so we can enjoy the Guntama Prefecture in a plethora of different circumstances. A perfect summer weather can change into a gloomy aura as the clouds start gathering over our heads. We can go from a drizzle into a full-out storm and back to a sunny day all within a matter of minutes. The weather changes dynamically, so your playthrough will differ from mine. And please do remember, you lose a lot of grip when the road is wet, so adjust your driving style accordingly. The car is definitely slower compared to Hideo's Beast, but it still slides well. It also came pre-tuned with a small nitrous. This should be more than enough to start our adventure for real. We're up against a few opponents this time, but it's still a drift race, meaning we don't need to be first on the finish line. Let's focus on ramping up points and win this. The reward money will be a good starting point to begin modifying our Moriamo. As we compete in the race, let's talk for a moment about the cars available in the game. Our Moriamo here may not be a perfect example, as it is one of only 3 non-licensed cars available. With progress and cash rewards, you will be able to unlock Nissan, Subaru, Honda and Mazda cars, all fully licensed. The game is designed in a way that you should be able to compete in any of the available missions, no matter the challenge ahead. Of course, they will need not only better parts, but also some fine-tuning as well. Stick with me a little longer, and we will get into details on this very soon. With the mission complete, we have unlocked the tuner shop. It's time to buy some much needed upgrades. We've also finally unlocked our first side mission activity, sushi delivery. You will now see a new marker on the map, spawning randomly. Going there and interacting with the marker will begin the gig. Completing it is a perfect way to earn some additional cash for new parts and cars, something we will definitely take advantage of shortly. A month after releasing the game, we have added a full side story campaign, which is also now available for us. It puts us in the shoes of our biggest rival, Scorpion. By completing a series of missions, you will learn about his rise to power as the most fierce drifter in the Guntama region. But this is not something we want to spoil here. As with any side missions, you will now see a new marker on the map that will begin the campaign for you. Following missions will unlock as you progress with the main campaign and the story of Toma. We're arriving at the tuner shop. Let's see how much we can improve our car. To buy better car parts, we need to ramp up our car reputation. However, we've already earned some experience, so let's browse and buy a few basic things. First, a better intake and exhaust to gain some more horsepower. Some shock absorbers and a stiff sway bar to gain some better handling. Finally, better brakes for more control. The Moriyamo definitely lacked some serious power under the hood, especially after we got used to our tuned lander. But what we've bought should be enough for now. Let's continue with the story. We have a completely new mission ahead of us, a drift battle. The goal is here to chase the leading car, trying to drift as close to them as possible and ideally synchronize our moves with theirs. The further you are from your opponent, the less score you will earn, which is indicated through the score's color coding. Stay too far from the lead and its mission fail. These are my favorite challenges, because you need to have the most control over your car to complete them. It's not only about going fast and doing wild drifts, it's about maintaining a pace that's set by your opponent and still proving that you are better. It's also a good moment to mention that the game has 3 different difficulty settings: easy, medium and hard. Consider changing them at any time from the pause menu driving and assist options if the mission is too easy or too difficult to complete. It's time we pimp our ride with some visual parts. But unfortunately, we are still a bit low on cash and we want to make sure we can afford everything we want to grab. Let's find the sushi delivery side mission and get some additional pocket money. Okay, got it. Let's drive there. Delivery missions spawn randomly on the map and offer various challenges. You may need to deliver from 1 up to even 3 packages to different locations in Guntama. If you complete all of them within the allotted time, you get rewarded. Later in the game, you will also find 2 other additional side activities: underground races, where you place a bet blindly to beat a time attack challenge for a hefty reward, and landmarks, where you need to take a photo using photo mode in specific areas of the map to get a car experience boost. By drifting in the open world, you can earn additional reputation experience, which is a gateway to unlocking car parts in general. There are 2 types of experience points you receive by playing the game: player reputation, through which you unlock the mechanical tuning parts for your cars, and car reputation, earned separately for each car, which unlocks the visual tuning parts for it. The maximum level of either player or car reputation is level 30. There are over 250 kilometers of main roads available for you to roam and explore in the open world. You will visit rural areas, small Japanese villages, mountain roads, a lake area, and even one big city. There's plenty to discover. There's also quick travel available between your garages. You will unlock more with the campaign progression. We've got 2 packages to deliver. That's decent. Let's drift our way in style to get some bonus cash at the end. This challenge can be as difficult and as rewarding as you want it to be. The faster you drive and the longer drift chains you maintain, the better style bonus you ramp up. However, you need to be very careful about not crashing into any objects, as damaging the package will drastically cut short your reward at the end or even fail you the mission altogether. We're done with the first package. Off to the next! We've got $250,000 yen. This should be enough to make our ride more pretty. Let's first go to the tuner shop to buy some new parts. Experiment with the mechanical tuning parts which you buy. Each modification changes the car's behavior, and not always the best and most expensive parts will be an immediate good fit for you. As you grow accustomed to your ride, start looking into buying the top shelf products though, as they will unlock more fine-tuning options for the car in the car setup menu. Let's get rid of that rust, starting with a fresh set of rims. These look nice. A new hood. Let's take the Panda one. We actually made this hood after the release to celebrate the growing community of JDM. Let's top it off with a nice spoiler. I'm not really too keen on changing the exhaust now, so let's move on to some car setup. JDM offers 3 types of automatic car setup for drift, grip and stock settings. Let's use stock for now and check the fine settings ourselves. It's just the beginning of the game, so we don't have the best parts available yet. The top shelf parts unlock additional fine-tuning of your cars. For now, we can lower the car a bit. We can also change the camber. I don't really want to mess with the front right now, but we can add some to the back for a little more aggressive drifting. The automatic car setup is always available, so whenever you add a new part or need to redo your car for a different type of race, remember to check back and make the modifications. If you're a savvy tuner, then invest into the best parts and experiment with the various settings at your disposal to find and make the perfect machine for yourself. Now let's put some fresh paint on. This will be the final touch for now. We can pick a color from a variety of presets. We want something unique, so let's apply a custom color. A dark brown looks good with our hood panda. Finally, let's change the paint type to something more shiny. We don't want to add underglow to this car, so we're done here. A completely reworked Moriyama. Looks slick. As we move to the next mission, it's time to say goodbye. What you have just seen is but the beginning of the game. A full story-driven campaign told through manga panels awaits you. Here's a sneak peek of what else the game has in store for you. Later on the game, you will face grip and even drag events, and most importantly, you will unlock a plethora of your favorite licensed cars, just begging to be tuned and driven through the tight mountain passes of Guntama. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Let's drift!